Everyone's a victim, doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all.
AnCapCopWatch. Here.
I actually watched that channel.
Oh, you do?
I didn't know it was from Albuquerque, though.
Yeah, I live here in Albuquerque.
I'm going to subscribe to you.
Please do.
I actually, you know what? I'm on the New Mexico State Police one
Oh, okay.
because I just came out of a lengthy incarceration. Hey,
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
So just come from me at Mikey's. Okay? Okay, I'll see you a little bit. Here, Mike. Yeah, I was involved in 2003. You can get out the way.
Oh, you're yeah.
With the New Mexico State Police.
Uh-huh.
I had just came out of the state prison system.
Oh, okay.
And this girl that I was dating was involved in nefarious activity, you know? So anyway, she asked me to go with her to pick up some money.
Yes.
And I jump in the car. Yeah, I've been out of prison 8 days.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
And she rolls me into a sting operation, and she's the target.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, me being the idiot that I was, I had a pocket full of dope and 3 guns on me, 3 handguns.
No.
And so when these undercovers come running up, dressed up like gangsters.
Yep,
See, I'm from California.
I get you. Okay.
So red is red and blue is blue.
Yes, sir.
And I'm blue.
Oh, I get you. The different gangs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Albuquerque, the red represents the norteños,
Oh, okay.
as it does in Los Angeles.
I did not know. Okay.
And the blue represents the southerners, southern.
Gotcha. Okay. Again, I did not know.
Also, the colors are blue and red as Crips and Bloods. You know about those.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So anyway, we pull up to this house, and I'm detecting something wrong, man. And I told her, what did you bring me into? She's like, no, this guy has money for me. He owes me. And I said, all right. So we're in the car.
It's a trap.
And these dudes rushed the car with guns drawn.
Oh my word.
And me being in that life at that time,
Yes, sir.
I shot him. I shot 2 undercover state police narcotics agents.
Oh no.
I dropped them. But thank God I was a good shot because I shot one through the shoulder. They had their vest on.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But I had mine on too.
Yes, sir.
And the other one I shot him below the vest on the crotch.
Oh, yes, sir.
So they fall, and I told her, go get out of here. And before you know it, we've got 15, 20 cop cars behind us. The helicopter, they're on the skid. And I'm like, what the hell, man? She's like, I didn't know. I said, so I throw away all my drugs and all my guns and everything. So they caught me. It was about a 15-minute high-speed, low-speed chase through the South Valley.
Oh.
Well, we get stuck into a neighborhood in Adobe Acres because these kids were coming out of Harrison Middle School.
Yes.
We're forced to turn because we would have hit these kids.
Oh, okay.
And so we go into Adobe Acres, and it's nothing but cul-de-sacs and curves and dead ends.
Yes, sir.
So we got 15 caravan behind us. And finally, we get stuck in a dead end. And I told her, just put your hands up. Do not move. I'm going to jump out and run. She goes, why? And I go, because they're going to beat the shit out of us.
Bingo.
I'm going to take the aggressors with, because I've been in the,
Yes, sir.
So I jump out and I tell them, come on, let's go. And I'm in shape, man. I take them on a nice 300-yard dash.
Wow.
And then finally I stop, cross my, get in the position.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
And they came running in with the flying knee to the back. They broke me. I knew I had it coming, But so they broke my wrist.
Ouch.
They broke my arm. They broke my ribs.
Ooh.
They fractured my orbital socket, dislocated my jaw, and broke my ankle.
Sounds painful as hell.
Oh, they were just pounding.
I believe it.
And then they lift me up hog-tied. They tied my feet to my hands, and they were literally using me as a batting ram in the back of the state police cop car.
That's horrific.
So by the time they take me to the state police headquarters on Carlisle, I've already been handcuffed for a couple hours.
Yeah.
In the back seat with the windows up in the summertime. It was April.
Okay.
It was hot.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, they keep me there for like 12 hours because I'm not telling them my name.
Yes, sir.
That's my right.
Correct. Yes, it is. It's your Fourth Amendment right. Yes.
So they keep me there. Finally, they say, look, man, we're gonna get you to the hospital. Just give us your name. So I gave them my brother's name.
Okay.
And that was the worst thing I could have did because he had a worse record than me. But I was out on parole.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So Long story short,
Uh-huh.
I get 12 and a half years in the state, which
Yeah.
is it's called the sweetheart deal,
Okay.
because I was looking at 187 years combined.
Really?
And out of the 187, the snitch that set her up never showed up. The cops never presented or represented to be law enforcement. They never said police.
Wow.
You know, and none of them had. So these same cops
Uh-huh.
were indicted years later, a couple years later, for stealing the dope out of the. What they were doing was jacking the drug dealers, and then
wow.
reselling the dope.
Uh-huh.
And these cops were involved in kidnappings, strong arm robberies, drug dealing. So anyway, I'm in the state prison fighting the case, and so the judge says, you know what, this whole case stinks, man.
It does.
If you guys don't produce this, I said, Your Honor, I have the right to confront my accuser.
Yes, you do. Yes.
And this snitch made up a whole story, and he put it all on me. And I had never met the guy.
what the hell?
What saved me was my prison, because I was able to provide tracking sheets as exhibits A and B, you know,
Yes, sir.
to prove that I just got out a week before the shooting.
Correct.
But they were saying that I've been selling this guy dope for like a year and a half. And so when I went to the box all
Yeah.
the way to the jury.
Okay.
And so when I'm like, okay, well, so Your Honor, this guy's accusing me of selling him drugs.
Uh-huh.
I says, well, I'm going to dispute that with this document.
Correct. Yes.
And he was like, he says, you know what? He dismissed the jury. He took me, my attorneys, and I had 3 private attorneys.
wow.
And we go in the chambers, and he says, look, if you guys don't provide the snitch, this case is going away.
Nice.
And I was like, what? I had already been in custody like 32 months fighting the case.
I believe it.
And so they couldn't produce the snitch. And they knew that he was lying because I've been in prison.
Yep.
So the judge, have you heard of a sweetheart deal?
It sounds familiar. Yes.
Okay, well, it's, you know, a really good deal.
Yes, sir.
He told the DA, if I was you, I would advise you to offer Mr. Cedillo a sweetheart deal.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm going to dismiss. He said this whole case stinks to high heaven, and this guy, you guys are lying, you know, and he can prove it.
Yes.
So what happened was they brought me back the next day, dismissed the jury, and I said, well, let's hear the deal.
Yes, sir.
They said 12 and a half years. The guns go away. Just one handgun they found, but this handgun that they found did not match any ballistics from the guys that got shot.
Wow.
They found the wrong gun.
Oh no.
But they had tons of, I mean, I had probably 8-10 ounces of crack,
Yeah.
powder, heroin, meth. Oh, I was a smorgasbord.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So anyway, all that being said, I got 12 and a half years.
Uh-huh.
I already got credit for this much time.
Yes, sir.
And then he suspends some off the top. He goes, you know what? I know what's going on. He goes, so at the end of the day, I've already been in custody long enough that I ate up my sentence.
Oh,
and now
okay.
they owe me time
Nice.
off the probation.
Yes, sir.
So I get out of there. I go back to prison. I'm 6 months to killing my number and going home. And then here comes Uncle Sam. The feds come and get me.
Oh no.
And so I was actually one of the first New Mexicans to get what's called dual prosecution by state and government, because they're separate entities.
But you can't be prosecuted for the same crime twice.
Okay, but here's where the snafu is. The government is a separate entity from the state. So I broke federal law by possessing a handgun as an armed felon.
Oh.
And I broke state law for discharging those weapons. So they charged me separately, different charges, but the same case.
Oh, I get. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't what you're talking about is
Double jeopardy.
Yes. So it doesn't fall under that clause because they're separate entities.
I get. Okay.
So now the feds kidnap me and take me up here to Torrance County, Estancia, and I'm there for another 32 months fighting the federal case. Well, I already know I got a hell of a case.
Yes.
And I'm looking at, I had 10 federal felonies, and I'm looking at 360 to life, which is 360 months to life,
Wow.
which means death. You know.
Yeah. Yes.
On 7 or 8 of those 10 charges. So I said, I got nothing to lose, man. Let's go.
Jennifer.
Oh, sorry.
Hello? Hey. I'm sitting here talking to this photographer slash YouTuber. He's on the CopWatch. You know, they watch the police activity and monitor them and stuff.
Hey, a lot more people are in the
But the whole
house.
street is
like 2 black guys, 2.
cordoned off,
Oh,
and
okay.
they had a standoff here in the backyard across from Mikey's. But we're getting ready to go to the house. They opened the street now, so we can go see, check the dogs and let them out so they can pee and stuff. Oh, but anyways, the PO let me go. So I'm gonna be going to under his construction with Chris Cleveland, and he's got a bed for me. I just gotta get there.
Yeah. You think somebody died?
That's a good question. I don't know.
And so that was just a blessing and a half, man. I thought I was going back to the big house, but God's got plans for me. And I was just telling this YouTuber guy my story, but I haven't got to the best part yet. God changed me. I did 24 years out of all that time. And I came out, and today I'm serving God. I go to New Beginnings Church.
Nice. Okay.
And I volunteer here at God's Warehouse every week.
Nice.
And where I'm going today, I was in a program called Crossroads. Okay, hey, I'll call you in a little bit, okay? I'll talk to you and let you know what happened, but I'm good. And thank you for praying, because you said you told them you're going to pray for me. Thank you. Okay, I'll talk to you in a while.
Yeah, I'm about to go home.
Okay, go ahead, Mikey. I'll be right there.
Yeah.
So anyway, look, I go through all this time, and all I did was self-help programs. I did every program that was available.
Yes, sir.
I went to college. You know, I took business.
Yes.
I was taking psychology and sociology. I just bettered myself.
Yes, sir.
And when I finally came back to the streets of Albuquerque, I was disgusted what happened to the streets, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was actually incarcerated with El Chapo.
Really?
In Manhattan, MDC in New York.
Wow.
When they caught him the last time.
Yeah.
I was there when they brought him.
Nice. I actually did hear about the story on the news.
Yeah. So I was there when they brought him in, man, and I was in the lockup because I used to fight a lot when I was an active gang member.
Gotcha. Okay.
And today, my company that I'm working, it's my company. I have a landscaping / handyman service.
Way to go, sir. Nice.
Well, guess what my company is called?
I don't know, sir.
God's Gangsters.
That's clever. That's clever.
So I do this volunteer work with the God's Warehouse here. Yeah, in Tennessee.
Okay.
In Central.
Oh, okay.
And then my church, we do food drives every month. So I'm feeding the homeless, and I tell my story everywhere where I can tell
That's
it.
amazing, sir.
Because God changed me, and this is my best line. If He could change me, He could change anybody.
I see that.
Because I was the worst of the worst. Believe it.
I do, sir.
And you know what? My nephew, his name's Mikey.
Oh, okay.
We have an apartment on the street here, and he's taking care of my dog and his dog.
Yes, sir.
And I'm more of a mentor / uncle / protector because Mikey's special needs. You know.
I can tell. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything, but I can tell based on how he talks.
Yeah. At first I thought it was just what's it called, speech impediment.
Yes, sir.
But as I've grown to know him, and I see what it is now. So he's mild Down syndrome,
Yeah.
and I believe that he's autistic because this guy, man, he can tell you. I'd give him a phone number or a name. If he sees you one time, he'll always remember you.
Nice.
And I tell him, Mikey, what's Donnie's number? He'll just spit it out. He knows everything. He's my Rolodex.
Nice. Yeah. A lot of autistic people are that way. And unlike other things, autism is a spectrum. Like you have on the higher end, you have the higher functioning autists that look and function like a normal person, and then on the opposite end, you have the
Rain Man.
Huh?
Rain Man.
Correct. Yes. Well, a little bit further than that, where they can't function at all. I mean, they have to have someone else be their helper, their
caregiver.
Thank you. Yes.
So I'm like his caregiver.
Oh, okay.
And I keep him focused. So Mikey works at the Downs,
Nice.
and he's always worked at fast food places, Garcia's, McDonald's.
Very nice.
But now I got him in at the Downs because I knew the hiring manager there.
Oh, that's
And
really
so I got
cool.
him. He's a server. He serves drinks in the casino, just
Yes.
beverages.
Uh-huh.
And he's he gets Social Security, but he's allowed to work.
Nice.
So he makes tips. He makes his paycheck.
Good for
But
him.
this guy will not miss a day of work.
Good.
And he was working on the west side, riding the bus. He knows every in Albuquerque.
Good.
And so he would ride all the way to Ladera, to this place that's under
that's great
investigation now. It's called Genesis.
Okay.
It's a hospice
Okay.
for elderly.
Yes, sir.
And he was a dishwasher there, and they have him commuting across town, and he works too late, so he can't ride the bus home.
Yeah.
So he calls me at 9:30, and hey, Uncle, what do I said, man, just kick back, because I know a lot of females,
Gotcha.
and they're all friends of mine. They're but they're down to help me to help him.
That is very awesome, sir.
But I just, I give God thanks for every minute that He has me here again, and I'm gonna make a change one way or the other.
That is very awesome, sir. I'm very proud of you, sir.
Thank you. But I can't take the credit, because if it wasn't for God and my church, I'd be screwed.
Yes, sir.
So today I was facing getting locked up.
Oh, wow.
I was at the parole office right now for several hours, and I couldn't pee, man. I can't pee.
Yeah.
So I told him, man, I told him I'm clean, but I can't pee, man. I said,
Yeah.
so he made me stay there for 4 hours. Finally, I gave him enough. And he says, is it going to come up before? I go, nothing. I'm
Right.
good.
Yes, sir.
And he was like, all right. And he goes, well, I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with you. And I says, well, you know what? I got kicked out of the Crossroads because I was having girls come at night, and I just sit out in the front with them in the car, just sitting there talking.
Yeah.
And these guys inside the program were hating on me because I got girls driving up in the Benzo, in the convertible.
Oh, wow.
And they're all homegirls that I've had for more than 30 years,
Yes, sir.
But anyways, Mikey's covered because I have a girl on every corner of Albuquerque. I can get him somewhere where he needs to go. And I'm not allowed to go out. I'm not allowed to do anything without supervision with this program.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
So I would kick it outside, man, and
Yeah.
they'd be pissed off. The guys the residents were the ones saying, no, he's sneaking out at night. And I'm like, man.
Oh, no.
Not only that, the volunteer work I do over here at God's Warehouse,
Yeah.
I'm supplying 3 homes with mega food.
Nice.
Because I unload the semis.
Okay.
I break the pallets. We feed the homeless 7 days a week.
Nice. That's amazing, sir.
But I'm bringing food into the homes that I was staying in, and unappreciated, man. And I'd have to fight with the leadership of the program because, for them, it's all about billable hours.
Correct. Okay, yes.
To me, it's all Medicaid fraud.
Yes.
All
it
you
is.
need to get in the program is a Medicaid card,
Uh-huh.
and they pay for everything. Your room, your board, your food, your transportation, and then you have to sit there 3 hours a day doing these called IOPs. It's for counseling, drug addiction, this and that.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I learned nothing in the program except that I'm worth money
yes.
in this program.
Yes, you are.
And I told him, I says, you know what, man, this is all a scam. I don't even want to be here. So I told my PO today, I says, look, you got the keys right now. You can lock me up right now. I got no problem going back, but I don't want to go back.
Correct.
I said, you see what I'm doing? I haven't picked up one charge.
Right.
I've been out 2 years and 2 months.
Nice. Congratulations.
And I've never lasted a month
Wow.
on state probation or parole. Because I was a shit stick. Just went back to the same.
I get you. Yes, sir.
So now God changed me, man, and I'm going to stay this way.
Nice. Good for you.
But I did finally get into it's called Under His Construction.
Okay.
And he runs a men's home. He runs a ministry. He's one of my pastors from my church.
Very nice,
And
sir.
he wants me in the home to take over the home and mentor these kids.
Nice. That's awesome, sir.
So, man, I'm just blessed, man. I didn't think I was walking out today. I said, well, before I walk in, I say, hey, Lord, it's in your hands. I'm not even going to stress, man. It's what you want. You know what I mean? Let your will be done.
Correct, sir.
So apparently he's got work for me,
Nice.
And I believe that God knows what I'm doing. and he's giving me these chances after time, but I'm not gonna screw it up, man.
Good for you, sir.
You know?
I'm very proud of you, sir.
But I'm gonna go get my dogs outside.
Oh, yes, sir.
But it was nice meeting you.
You too, sir.
What was your name again?
Charles.
Charles?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my name's Ray Cedillo.
Ray Cedillo? Okay.
And on the streets, people know me as Big Snoop.
Big Snoop? Okay.
But you know what? And part of my testimony is I dropped out of the gang.
Nice.
I did 17 and a half in the feds straight.
Uh-huh.
And before that, I did the state time.
Yes.
So I accumulated 24 in a row, except for that 8-day break in the middle.
Yes, sir.
In the beginning. But you know what? I think I got this, man.
Absolutely,
I got
sir.
this, you know? And I do watch these channels, man, because I'm learning how to talk to these cops about it. They want to see your ID. Hey, if you haven't articulable, reasonable suspicion,
correct, yes,
that I've committed a crime,
bingo.
I don't have to talk to you.
You're absolutely right.
I don't have to show you ID. But you know what? I got pulled over one night on Louisiana down here.
Uh-huh.
There's like a little strip malls.
Oh, yeah, down that way,
Just
yeah.
a couple blocks this way.
Uh-huh.
And I got pulled over. I pull up to a smoke shop. That's the only thing I got to break is these damn vapes. But I'm buying a vape, and this chick comes in. Hey, can you give me a ride down the block? And I was like, man, she wasn't bad looking. I said, yeah, come on. So she gets in the car.
Yeah.
Man, I forgot to turn on my lights. And the minute I snap that the lights aren't on, I turn them on. Woo, baby.
Oh, no.
And this chick goes, oh, my God, I have warrants. And I go, oh, man. So the cops pull me over, and I pull into an alley.
Yes.
And it's some friends of mine live there. And I get off the car, and the lady comes up. Put your hands where I can see them. The first thing I do is this out the window. And she's telling me, I go, they're out.
Right?
She says, step out of the vehicle. I step out.
Yeah.
Sit on the bumper. I sit on the bumper. I said, why are you stopping me?
Yes.
What's the reason? You didn't have your lights on. I go, they're on.
Correct.
I said, I spaced it out for 1 second, and you guys lit me up. So what do we need to do now? He says, I'm detecting the odor of alcohol. I said, sure you are. I says, but here's what's going to happen. I says, look, I'm injured. I have a severe nerve. I got stabbed in the joint, and they severed my sciatic nerve.
Ouch. Sorry
So
to hear.
I wear a brace.
Oh, wow, okay.
And what it does is it holds my foot up because the foot's just dead.
I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, but I still got the leg.
Okay.
But so I told him there's no way I can walk a straight line sober or drunk.
Right.
I says, but let me tell you real quick. I says, I got my license. I got my insurance. There's nothing in the vehicle other than what this woman brought into the vehicle.
Yes.
And I don't know her name. I just picked her up. You guys saw that. I'm sure you watched it.
Right.
I don't know if she's street hustling or what but I was giving her a ride.
Yes, sir.
And then I told him real quick, I says, look, man, I'm serving God. I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
Yes.
I said, you're going to see my record pop up. It's probably going to be bells and whistles because I was a bad guy.
Yes, sir.
I said, but don't judge me on my past. Judge me what I'm doing today.
Correct. Absolutely.
So while we're having this talk, the girl jumps out of my car and takes off running.
Making things a lot worse.
She makes it from here to the truck, and they tackle her in the alley. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So she had a big old bag of property, and it was all stolen shoes and dresses from the stores, man. She was a booster.
Oh, no.
And I says, hey, that's not none of my shit, man.
Correct.
Give her her property. She's going to jail. Take her property. That's hers.
Yes.
They go, just throw it away. We're not even worried about that. They go, she's on the run from prison, from Grant's prison, and she's got warrants for violation, parole violation. I was like, wow. I go, well, this being contact with law enforcement, I have to report this to my PO.
Yes.
I'm gonna call him right now. They said, no, we'll get a hold of him. And I go, no. I'm gonna get a hold of him.
Yes.
That's my responsibility.
Correct.
I said, just give me that option because I don't want him to hear it from you.
Correct.
I go, but if you do contact him, let him know that I was cooperative, I was clean, and didn't have nothing to do with that female other than I was helping her out, man. They were like, you're good, man. Go ahead and take off. But you're not driving the truck. And I go, why not? He goes, again, I'm detecting the odor of alcohol. And I go, you know what? I'm not even going to lie to you. The woman had some vodka in her cup.
Oh.
And it's in my truck.
Oh, no.
And I go, and if you search her property, you're going to find the vodka in her. They're like, well, you can get rid of it. And I was like, no, it's not mine.
Oh.
and they left everything of hers in my truck, and I was like, man,
Oh,
it's a setup.
no.
This is a setup.
Yeah, absolutely, it is.
So I called one of my girls right there in the neighborhood. I said,
Yeah.
hey, roll up, man. I need you to get this shit out of my truck. I ain't
Right.
touching it, man. I
Exactly.
don't want nothing to do with it.
Right.
So she came.
Hello.
Anyways, man, that's my story, man.
Nice, sir.
It was good meeting you,
You do, sir.
and be safe.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, you know what, though? I respect the heck out of what you guys are doing with patrolling the police.
Thank you, sir.
You know, I know you're an advocate for them doing their job the right way and not being abusive or dirty. But
Right.
you're gonna have a handful no matter what.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Because they, unfortunately, because I'm sure you've heard the phrase. I'm sure you've heard the phrase "bad apple," and the problem is, hey, once in a bushel of apples, if one goes bad, the whole bushel goes bad real quickly. So what happens is, as I've been seeing more and more often, is that every police department is bad because they are not actively firing the bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
They're promoting them, so they're failing upward.
Yeah.
So
and like you said though, there was an old song back in the day, a Michael Jackson song, the Jackson 5. It says, "One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch of girls." And when you said that,
Yeah.
but one apple will spoil them all.
Correct.